want to be here, neither do we. That's why we call it the obligatory. We talk about farts, food, Mike's kids, $5,000 beds, girls, comedy, and Kermit's butthole. And most importantly, they talk about current events with perfect accuracy. I'm just kidding. You remember that one time that they spent the entire episode talking about Vice President John McClane? Yeah, maybe the facts aren't right, but here's the obligatory podcast with Kermit and Myke.
Yeah. Welcome back. It's episode 49 of the Obligatory Podcast with Kermit and Myke. I'm Myke.
And I'm Kermit.
And I just got to say, man, that was a great little intro, Samantha Ivey. And I need to point this out. Yes, we called Senator John McCain. We mistook him for... We didn't mistake him. We just used the name John McClane from, of course. Yeah, Yippee-ki-yay from Die Hard. But you never said he was the vice president. That would have been ridiculous. You know?
We have to live with this every time we start an episode.
Yeah, but she did a great job on that song, man.
Such a great song.
So funny. So how have you been?
I've been good.
Yeah. If you're just tuning in, just hearing about us now, you can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Google Play, and of course, Sanchez and Kermit here do an amazing job putting all our videos up on YouTube. So if you just want to go YouTube, check out Kermit's page. It's got the links for everything. You can just play it or watch while you're driving, because what else are you going to do when you're stuck in traffic?
You can do that. That's always safe.
Yeah. Speaking of safe, what's the worst? Like you train, you do weightlifting, you do martial arts, and I've been here when I come over and you're just beat up and bruised and everything, and that's not even when your girl's just upset with you. I mean, have you tried alternative, science or medical things to get rid of the pain, or what do you usually do? Do you just like ice it or heat or compress? Is what you do?
Besides ibuprofen, like popping those like candy?
Yeah.
Edibles. Those always work. Those always work. But no, I never did anything kind of weird, like any kind of like weird juices or anything like that.
Really? Well, then this might be an article that's best. Maybe we should do a series of these called "I Ain't No Doctor," but this is over in Ireland, so we're gonna have to ask our good friend Sean Finnerty about this next time we see him. A 33-year-old man who had been suffering from back pain decided to treat himself by resorting to an unusual remedy not supported by scientific research. He injected himself with a dose of his own semen every month for a year and a half. Listen, I will tell you this right now. No good comes from injecting semen. I'm speaking of my two children. But like
shooting loads into his back?
Yeah, basically. No, that's the thing. He put it into his arm. The alternative therapy, like the weirdest steroid ever, you know? The alternative therapy baffled doctors at Tallaght University Hospital in Dublin, where the man showed up recently with severe back pain. So it's obviously, if you were thinking, did it help? No, it didn't help at all. And a swollen arm. According to
was it the arm he was using to get the medicine?
Yeah, his arm apparently had blue balls. It was just all swollen up and.
What an asshole!
This is the first reported case of semen injection for use as a medical treatment. The doctors wrote in the report they titled "Seemingly Harmless Back Pain."
Is that what they said?
Yeah. An unusual presentation of a subcutaneous abscess. The unnamed man used his semen as an innovative method to treat his chronic back pain, a decision he made without any medical device, the report says. He bought a hypodermic needle online and injected himself with a monthly dose of his semen for 18 months. The method does not appear to have worked. So, yeah. So how do you, what's your thought process on that? Like, what are you even doing sitting around going, man, my back hurts. Like, if only I had a needle full of semen.
Yeah, where did you get the idea from?
I have no idea.
He's like stem cell research. I'd use mine.
Yeah. As a follow-up, the man went to the hospital days after lifting a heavy steel object. Pain in his lower back had gotten worse, the report says. Mind you, he's taking this because of back pain.
Did he just cream out like a mayonnaise jar just coming out of his pores?
His right arm, in which he had injected the liquid multiple times, was red and swollen. An x-ray showed air trapped underneath as semen had leaked into the soft tissues. This sounds like the worst horror movie ever.
He had air pockets of cum.
Yeah. Doctors gave the man some antimicrobial medicine. His back improved during his stay at the hospital. So go figure. You go to the hospital, they give you medicine made for treating your back, and your back's fine. Doctors warn against injecting one's veins with substances that are not intended for such purposes. Although researchers have injected semen into animals such as rats and rabbits, there have been no cases of this happening to humans. Well, that just seems cruel to those poor rats and rabbits.
You would have thought he would at least not use his semen. Like he could have like used like a bull semen or something, thinking they get stronger.
Yeah, like
I mean, I would have just.
Isn't that what Red Bull's all about? Like,
yeah.
oh, you know what's in there?
It's like bull piss and semen.
Bull piss and semen.
Yep.
So yeah, so that's happening in the world. So yeah.
I gotta say,
I guess it goes. I guess it goes. We got the U.S., which is known for being stupid. And then you got Florida, which we live in, where every time something crazy happens, like I read this article and I 100% went thinking,
oh, it's going to be Florida.
Where in Florida?
Where in Florida?
And then it was Ireland. So apparently Ireland is even people in Florida look at Ireland and shake their head. They're like, no, dude, that had to happen in Ireland. That's fucking crazy. That's some ridiculous stuff.
He's like a super evil villain that didn't work out well. Like, I'm going to inject his semen and be stronger than any man.
Speaking of evil, did you see when Trump addressed? Like, I think I was here with you when we watched the Trump presidential address.
Yeah. But
it was like 8 minutes. Wasn't there a part when you weren't hypnotized by his ball sack?
Oh yeah,
shin fat?
Yeah, he had a Balchinian.
Yeah, a Balchinian, scrotal.
Well, it was his neck. It was like
scrotal.
Scrotal neck. He had like a vagina.
Oh yeah, your girl was hysterical too. She's like, he should wear a scrotal neck t-shirt. I forget, sweatshirt,
something like that. I forget what she said.
If you have a scrotal neck, you need to wear a turtleneck.
Yeah, turtleneck, like that.
But wasn't there a point where he just really felt like Mike Myers and like Austin Powers, where he's like, he's just sitting behind the desk with the flags addressing the country. He's like, and I want 5.7 billion.
Dude, it sounds so fake, dude. It almost looked like he's gonna rip his skin off too. Like,
yeah,
it's me.
In his defense, then Pelosi came on right after the Democrats were stating their case.
Their energy.
Yeah, and I mean, both of them look like, Trump and Pelosi.
They look like Addams Family characters.
Like they did.
They're like,
they
we do not approve the wall.
Well, both of them, Republicans and Democrats, look like they were struggling to read off cue cards, introducing. Like you just kept waiting for them to go, and now live from New York, it's Saturday night. Live from New York, this is America. But yeah, it was pretty horrific. It really was, both of them.
I'm still like numb to this now.
Why?
What day are we on now with the government?
32. Day number 32. And it's at the point where, like, I think the longest before this, I don't know the longest before this, but I think we were listening before.
Obama did it for
Obama did 17.
17 days for health care.
When he was trying to get health care.
Yeah.
Right. So now we're at 32. And can we already say that what it's going to cost us to recover from all this crap is more than the 5.7 billion. So
is
now
it? Is that a fact?
Think of all we got to think of. Everything that's getting backed up. We're going to have to pay people overtime to go out and fix that up.
The parks and all
Plus,
that.
we're going to have to pay them for their back pay. Plus, there's already lawsuits and everything else. And it's just the damage that's being done by not having the government up and running, or certain departments of the government, is incalculable, I think.
Great. Well, I mean, I don't know if my news source is really reliable. So
what's that? Who do you get? You get your news from where? Like, I'm not the most political guy I know, but you are the least political person I know.
I get my news through Snapchat and Cardi B. I know.
Okay. Like, is there
Cardi B,
like
the singer?
I was gonna say the only Cardi B I even heard of is a singer.
Yeah, she goes on rants, and I just kind of like, oh, that's what's happening. I watch.
So
her on Instagram.
you get your. You go to Cardi B for your news updates.
Yeah, of course. That's why I go to Cardi B.
So what's Cardi telling you about this shutdown?
Hold on. She's okay. We'll just listen.
Yeah, because it's been a little bit over 3 weeks. Okay, it's been a little bit over 3 weeks. Trump is now ordering, as in summoning, federal government workers to go back to work without getting paid. Now, I don't want to hear y'all motherfuckers talking about, oh, but Obama shut down the government for 17 days. Yeah, bitch. for health care. So your grandma could check her blood pressure and you bitches could go check your pussy in the gynecologist with no motherfucking problem. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't care because y'all don't work for the government or y'all probably don't even have a job, but this shit is really fucking serious, bro. This shit is crazy. Like, our country is in a hellhole right now, all for a fucking wall. Like, we really need to take this serious. I feel like we need to take some action. I don't know what type of action, bitch, because this is not what I do, but bitch, I'm scared. This is crazy, and I really feel bad.
That's a bitch. I think she speaks for the nation when she says, "Bitch, I'm scared."
Dude, that got. Oh man, what is that number? I never even know.
That's like 16 billion.
Is that million or billion?
That's billion.
That's how many hits it got.
Maybe it's million.
That's gonna be.
That's
million. Yeah, 16 million. 16 million plus. Preacher Lawson liked it.
Of course he did. So what other kind of news do you get from Cardi B?
Well, she lets us know what things that are important, like this one. This is my favorite one.
I got a Ryan.
What happened here? Oh, it muted. Nice. Let me do that again.
I got a ride in the car, son, because these pants is too motherfucking tight. She was giving my pussy a wedgie. I hate having pussy wedgies, bro.
That's what's important.
Screaming at me like, bitch, you got me fucked up.
Pussy wedgies.
You want a yeast infection, bitch?
Yeah.
Well, at least thanks to Obama, you can go get that checked, you know?
You got pussy wedgies are important.
So everything from politics to pussy wedgies.
That's my news source.
That's your news source. Which just I can't even name one. Because I'm just thinking, if you get your news from Cardi B, then we sit down here to talk about news. Now I got to realize that everything you got has been filtered through Cardi B.
Cardi B is my bra science.
Oh, my God. That's fucking ridiculous. But, yeah, you know, fortunately / unfortunately, people who are like, well, I'm not a federal employee, so it doesn't affect me. Well, that's ridiculous because a lot of these small towns that have a ton of federal employees, even if you're not working directly for the government, if those people, I saw interviews the other day where there was a husband and wife who were both working for prisons, and they're so scared about where they're going to get their rent and their groceries that they put themselves on like a grilled cheese diet. They're letting their kids eat like the, you know, fuller meals and everything, but they're just eating like basically cheese sandwiches every day.
That's pretty much your diet.
It used to be. It used to be.
Just say they're living like a comedian. That's cool.
Yeah, and we see how well that's worked out. But when these people aren't making money and don't have money to go to the grocery store or go spend money in the town they live in, that's hurting small businesses, people who don't even work for the government. And you know, I know you're not political, but we were talking before recording, and apparently this has now trickled down to affecting you.
Yeah, man. I'm losing karate students.
What the hell?
I lost 2.
Due to the shutdown, like
until
federal?
These people get their jobs back. Yeah.
Wow. So they're the people that have been. Do you know what they did, or
I think they work for Lockheed or something like that.
Okay, and, so government contracts or something.
Yeah, but I'm still hooking them up.
Yeah,
so I'm giving them free week of after school, like free until they go back to work.
Still help them out.
Yeah, because they had nobody to pick up their kids.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
Yeah, man, trying to get into heaven. So,
how weird is it that you care more for the American citizens than people in Congress right now?
I care for
people in the White House right now
because I can relate.
Yeah, well, that's why we need relatable people in those positions, man. That's ridiculous. What I tell you, I'm like, people in whatever. If it's more of the same, people want to do whatever they want to do in the White House. But when it starts affecting my money, we're gonna have issue. Like when he started doing all this trade stuff and like
Asian,
yeah, and like every time they listed a new thing, they were like putting new taxes on. I'm like, I better not see watches. I better not see watches on that
Damn
list.
It, I didn't have the music queued up. I forget. Oh, Harley.
Why, man? Can we have one episode where you don't go there?
Bing, dong, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong, dong. Mr. Hurley. Oh, so sorry for your watches not being Trump. Very big asshole. Very big.
Speaking of stupid things to spend money on besides my merchandise, what do you think of those shoes I showed you before the show?
I was gonna say truffle shoes. The turf shoes?
Yeah, Nike. Nike's coming out with they're taking one of their models and basically they made these sneakers and the material they made them out of matches the
grass.
The green from a golf course. It's ridiculous. And that's what they said. They're like, these shoes are awesome because they blend right into the course. I'm like, yeah, because as Tiger Woods will show you, 90% of the game is being able to sneak up on the ball. You know, when did golf become like hunting? Like, I will wear this pink shirt, but I will wear these green shoes.
I kind of want them.
God damn you, Kermit. Why? Does Cardi have them and they're awesome?
Does she? How much are they? Did you know? Do you know?
I checked it, $170.
That's it?
That's it. You in?
I think I might get some.
Just for what?
Just to wear.
You know
who
who would wear those shoes? Genesis. Genesis would wear them if they had lights built into them.
Yeah, Genesis is like a walking fruit roll-up billboard, man. He just walks around with all kinds of colors. But I do want those. I'll wear those on stage.
Are you serious?
Yes.
No.
Dude, he'll take the focus away from my comedy.
Yeah.
Stare at my shoes.
I'll have to reread the article. I don't know if they come in kids' sizes.
I'm a 9. A man's 9.
I'm a man's 9.
9.5.
Or a woman's 10. Oh, man. What's the shittiest thing? Did you have roommates before you got married?
I never had shitty roommates. I mean,
Did you have roommates in general?
Not really. I mean,
so you went from living with your parents to what?
I went with living with my parents, and then I stayed with my buddy for a while. His name was Hoover. Yeah, his real name's Brandon, but he goes by Hoover.
Is his last name Hoover?
His last name's Hoover, like the vacuum.
We figured.
Yeah, but I stayed with him like on and off. But
did you pay rent or you were just crashing?
I think it was like crashing, but then I'll stay there so much. I was like, oh shit, I better buy some groceries or something.
You just be over there playing video games and realize it's 1 o'clock, and you're like, guess I sleep here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But no, and then I hooked up with my ex, and then we moved in with each other, and blah, blah, blah. And that's it. So I never really have roommates.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess I was just wondering, what's the shittiest thing you've ever done to someone you've lived with?
Get a divorce?
That was probably the best thing for her, though. You probably gave her the gift of freedom.
Oh, I'm a gift. I'm a prize.
That's right. A gentleman in California was happy to come home and share with his 2 roommates that he had won a scratch off of the California lottery for $10,000. And he showed it to his roommates, and he was couldn't believe it. So he went to the gas station where he bought it, and they scanned it, and sure enough, he won. So he had to make his way up to the official lottery office to claim his prize. So he went home, told his roommates he won, went to sleep. The only problem is when he went to the lottery office the next day to hand in his winning ticket, they pointed out that this was not a winning ticket, and you could quite clearly see someone had taken a pen and written in the winning number or made it look like it was a winner.
His roommate swapped the tickets.
Yep. One of his roommates. And not only that, it wasn't just for $10,000. It was for $10 million.
So wait, did the roommate cash the...
That's where it gets interesting. This roommate figured, the winner figured one of his roommates must have done it, so he automatically reported to the police. That very day, the other roommate went to the lotto office to try to claim the $10,000 prize, but being that it was $10 million, I guess, they're like, yeah, let's just do a quick check. And sure enough, it popped up that there was a police station looking for someone who might have stolen a $10 million ticket. And while they did the whole investigation, it was 3 weeks before they arrested anybody. So these guys had to live in the same apartment for 3 weeks, just acting like someone didn't try to knock fuck the one.
You get arrested for that?
Oh, yeah, they arrested him. It's like a huge...
Isn't that considered like finders keepers, losers weepers?
For stealing?
I mean, it's a piece of paper.
During the investigation.
It wasn't. He didn't steal the money. He stole the card.
And tried to turn it in for the money.
And finders keepers.
But this is what happened. They went back and they checked the surveillance camera, saw where the original winner actually purchased the ticket. They were able to see that. Then saw the other guy come back in later that night, buy another ticket, and they were able to prove that. So that's how they figured out the whole thing. So, yeah, they pressed charges, arrested the one guy. But just to be sitting there living in a house with a guy that tried to fuck you out of $10 million.
Surprised they didn't kill each other.
Well, I'm sure the guy who knew he was in the right was like, I'm not going to risk the $10 million. But, I mean, if you're the other dude, you're just sitting there thinking everything's going to be cool,
So the other dude knew that he reported them, though?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was weird.
And stuck around.
What were they, white?
No.
Really?
Yep.
Feel like a white people kind of deal.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it? Let's see.
I told Cletus that's my numbers, and my numbers are the winning numbers.
One's name was Sason Yang Yang.
Oh, your wallet maker. Oh, yes, Sayang.
He a friend of yours?
Yes, Sayang Finsang.
Yeah. Abdul Sayang.
Abdul.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the California Lottery automatically launches an administrative investigation for any winnings over $600. So I guess that's, anything over $600, they do like a background check on you or something like that.
Wasn't there a guy that won the lotto for $1 and he forced the lottery people to print out a giant check
just
for
last week, and they did it. He's like, I want one of the big checks.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
Okay, here.
It costs more
to make the damn check
than it did to, yeah, but I get it. That's a guy who just wants to feel like a winner. Sure. And then wasn't there a guy like a couple of years back that won like something like $5 million, and he was a convicted sex offender, like child pedophile, something like that?
I don't know about that one.
Yeah. Kevin White had done a joke.
For a minute, I thought you said, yeah, it's Kevin White. I was like, oh, jeez.
No, Kevin White won a joke. He's like, you know how long I've been playing the lottery? I've never won. Then this guy wins $5 million, and here he is. He's had sex with kids. It makes me go, who you got to fuck to win this thing?
Gross.
Yeah, we've actually, I think on this episode so far, we've probably said more disturbing things.
That was disturbing, but it wasn't my joke, so.
Not mine either.
Kevin White.
You know who does like having sex with kids? Chris Brown is in the news again. Yeah.
Jeez, dude.
I guess he was being detained in Paris.
Transition.
You hear about this?
I mean, I didn't read details. I was like, oh, it's Chris Brown. Not surprised.
Yeah, like I guess they arrested him on Monday, and supposedly earlier in the month, he was a woman came forward, 24-year-old lady, and said that she was raped by him, his bodyguard, and a friend. And the thing is, Chris is like on Instagram and everything else saying, I swear on my kids. This one. But then all you got to do is Google Chris Brown, and you see this isn't uncommon for Chris Brown.
He smacked the hell out of
He had Rihanna. Just last year, he was arrested down in Palm Beach, Florida for alleged rape charges. There's been other domestic stuff. It's like, Chris Brown, man, just, it's almost like even if it is false, it's like, come on, Chris. You got a history, man. We can't. Like, Chris Brown at this point needs to walk around with like obviously the bodyguard thing's not. Chris Brown needs a body cam on him at all times just to protect himself. Just so he can pull up the files and be like, dude, I was home sleeping by myself.
He needs what Chappelle did, that skit where he makes people sign a waiver.
You think that's a skip, but like a lot of celebrities actually have those non-disclosure agreements. You know,
well, Trump did, and then that backfired on him, and she was like, "Screw the money."
Yeah. And let's see. So thoughts and prayers go out to you, Chris Brown.
Not really.
Not really.
He's still gonna have a hit single by next week, probably. So
yeah,
the guy makes great music.
Yeah,
that's why everyone's argument. No, but he's great music. But R. Kelly peed on those. No, but he's good music.
Have you watched any of that?
I haven't watched
I've heard a lot about it. I
want to watch it, but I haven't seen any.
Because it's causing damage. I mean, Sony. He was with Sony, I think, and they dropped him from the label last week.
But it's so weird because I thought he was a weirdo when he was married to Aaliyah, and Aaliyah was like 14, and no one like bat an eye back then.
Yeah, and it was all about peeing back then.
Yeah, and Dave Chappelle made a skit talking about peeing on people and whatever. It was like known.
But I think it's weird now because like with Cosby, he'd been doing that forever, and they went back through. I think we're at that time now where people are like, you know what? We're holding everybody accountable right now, and you don't get a pass if you did crazy shit. Like they keep going, but it's only entertainers. Why is it only entertainers? Why can't we knock out some of these fucking politicians and stuff? And I think part of it is because entertainers get judged by the court of public opinion. Like, look at how many of these people. Who was the guy from Talking Dead? Remember
Chris Hardwick.
Remember, he just went through that thing where there was the allegation, and his career was over before they even started investigating. Then they did the investigation and found that they couldn't substantiate it. Yeah, But the damage was done. I think even Ryan Seacrest, who I'm not a huge fan of by any stretch,
they claimed he was like
just went through something and he had to work his way back. So it's like it seems like you can do that. You can ruin people's careers entertainment wise with just a rumor, But if you're a politician, it's like, yeah, I did that. Like even Trump, it's all out there now. He paid a woman for sex while his wife was pregnant. That's all fact. He doesn't even deny it anymore. He went from denying it to denying he paid for it to saying he didn't, have knowledge of it to, okay, I might have had knowledge of it. But he still got his fucking job, Nothing changes that.
Okay, it's a greater evil. You don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Did you watch that Gillette commercial?
I cried.
What?
I cried.
When you cried?
I got a little teary-eyed at the end. You know why?
Why?
Because you saw the commercial. For those of you who didn't see the commercial, why don't you give them a rundown of what it is?
So Gillette came out with a commercial that had nothing to do with Gillette. And it didn't show one razor, not one person, not one man shaving his face, nothing. And it was just...
I think there was a shaving montage in there.
No, it wasn't, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they skipped over it. It was just pretty much a
pretty
PSA.
sure it was all the men looking themselves in the mirror, shaving.
Was it? I don't remember that part. It's a PSA of like,
which
we need to hold
brings
ourselves.
up a good point. If you're a Gillette shaving company, it should be more than a passing memory whether there was shaving in the commercial.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, so it was just a PSA of like how I guess every guy in the world's a piece of trash. And I was like, what? I was like, whoa, don't put me in this.
Yeah.
As I'm shaving my sack, but
like,
still.
Like basically it was, it's time for men to start correcting the actions of other men. And you see all these things where I go, that's going to lead to getting shot, it's fun. It's funny though, because I actually, I was like that in high school. The one big ass kicking I got was because there was a girl that rode my bus and she dated this fucking scumbag. And one day she got on the bus and she had a black eye. And my friends asked her what happened. And she said her boyfriend did it. So like the next day at school, I went up to the guy at lunch. I saw him sitting with all his friends. And I just went up to him. And I remember I had my little hockey jersey on because I was playing hockey back then. And I went over. I'm like, hey, just so you know, you hit your girlfriend again. You and I are going to have a problem. And he stood up and like shoved me. And it became a whole issue and stuff like that. And then he went to take a swing. And my friends were holding me back and they were holding him back. And then I'm like, come on, take a punch. I'm like, well, I got to do is shave my legs and grow tits, take a swing, And I thought I was a badass. And then I rode the bus home one day, and I get off the bus, and I walk home by myself, and all of a sudden his little fucking black El Camino pulls up, and he gets out and beat the shit out of me. I got a couple of shots in, but the guy was 1.5 feet taller than me. What do you want?
That didn't work out well for you.
Nope. So see Gillette, see what happens when you put your nose where it doesn't belong.
The story turned. It was no happy ending.
Yeah.
You didn't get revenge or anything. You just got your ass whooping. And
I didn't personally get revenge, but like he
Dodge did.
No, he beat me up pretty sincerely. But I had a couple of really good friends who went and hunted him down. And by the time I came back to school, he was so fearful for his life, he had transferred to a different school.
No, that works out, I guess.
Yeah. It's not the most,
satisfying ass whooping, but okay.
Yeah, not at all. You want to win, but at the same time, I've always been I only pick fights with guys that if I win, people are going to be like, how the fuck did you win? My dad told me a long time ago, there's no sense fighting someone your size or smaller. You fight someone your size, you get your ass kicked. Guess what? You got your ass kicked. You fight someone smaller than you, they win. Now you got to live that down for the rest of your life.
Right.
But you take on a giant, they expect you to lose. If he slips and you win, fucking great. Now you're a legend.
Yeah, but that Gillette commercial, I just felt like it was just kind of like one-sided, and it was kind of bullshit to me.
My biggest problem with that Gillette commercial, at the end, they have like a dad walking with like his son that's about one of my kids' ages. Yeah. And they see a kid running from a pack of bullies. And the dad just grabs his son and pulls him across the street. And these bullies are beating up on this kid. And the dad just goes over and like breaks it up. I really, really, really wanted to see that dad just throw like a good cross on
like a front kick to the main bully.
Bam! Boom! Like I get that it's like breaks up the whole thing, but I also think if the bullies see like the beatdown that a human being could give one person their size, they'd be like, let's not fuck with that kid.
There's another part where like there's two boys wrestling, and they're like, boys will be boys, and they're like, oh, I'm like, no, that's not wrong. You gotta let these boys let that aggression out because like that's how.
Are you pitching your karate school again?
Yeah.
You're trying to get people back?
That's why, because like, that's why you gotta like let these kids like, let that like energy out, because
Like,
if not, they start being destructive.
You've told me before, like the way that I just walk through, like out of 10, waiting for someone to bump into me in the mall just so I can like go off on them. You're like, dude, you got way too much aggression. You need to get an outlet.
You gotta get it out somehow.
You do.
Like,
I totally agree with that.
It's I think all humans are like primal. Like we're deep down, we're primal, so we want to like fight or hit something.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
And 9 times out of 10, these douchebags that hit women is because they don't know better. They're all pimped up.
They don't know better. Like no one told them. Hey,
like no one told them. Like they just feel like they can they walk around. They probably have shitty parents, and then that's what happens. They usually like they feel like they're.
See, I lean back and forth between this, like, hey, can we just agree you shouldn't hit a woman? I'm like, can we just agree you probably shouldn't hit anybody? How about we should go with that? But then the issue I have with that is also that a lot of times I see all these guys, especially the online bullying and the talking shit and everything else, that and maybe I'm older, but we talk about it a lot. Like, there used to be consequences. Like, if you ran your mouth,
you got socked in the mouth. Yeah.
You couldn't just go out and like free say and just make up shit, and there were consequences, you know? And so part of me still feels like that. Part of me feels like if you're gonna talk the talk and you're gonna look for problems and you're gonna be a troll and you're gonna be a fucking asshole, then don't expect me to have your back when someone fucking pops you in the face.
Yeah, well, you're quick to pop somebody in the face, but let's use your words, Myke. Oh, never mind.
I do. My favorite word is thump.
But yeah, no, it was a weird commercial, and I just thought it was kind of like one-sided.
Yeah.
There's another one where there's 2 dudes leaning on a wall, and a girl walks by, and he's like, hey, and the guy's, whoa, bro, not cool. Like, that could have been like his wife that walked right by. That could have been like his woman just saying hi.
Like, it was the one dude standing outside, and then the other dude comes out and sees it. He's like, whoa, dude. Like, the commercial doesn't even show.
He didn't like smack her ass or anything.
It doesn't even show if these guys were friends. It's like, or is this just a guy? Because I'm seeing, like, that's where problems are going to come in. Like, it doesn't always work out. Like, in my case, it's not always going to work out with, like, James Bond, like, I believe the lady asked you to leave her, you know? And then you get to beat down. The girl's like, don't you talk to my boyfriend like that. And it's like, what the? I was defending your eye. I ain't got no honor. I'm like,
I got a pussy wedgie.
All right, Cardi B, chill the fuck out. Go back to the politics.
Y'all know what I mean.
I don't know what we're going to do, but it's scary as shit.
I'm scared, y'all.
So, interesting. You hit me up today, and I said, hey, what are we going to do on the podcast today?
Oh, we're doing this?
And I guess you're fucking set up, ready to go.
I was set up, ready
I was a little bit shocked. For those of you, let's recap real quick.
Recap.
So apparently, last week.
You know what? I even got it queued up. That way you were like, oh, I didn't say that. Because,
do you have it?
Yeah, you ready?
Well, you love this new board.
Yeah,
I just picture why I leave you get naked and jerk off to this board.
Relax, man. I don't have that on tape. Move this out of the way while I set things. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn you around in the chair. That way you don't see. Yeah, the setup. Anyways, I'm gonna set up 3 cups real quick, and this is what we're talking about, by the way. So wait, so if I had a Coke here from I don't know, Texas, and then there's a Coke from Mexico.
I will take the Coke versus Coke challenge. Yes, I would do that. God, I hate when my words. I would get it right. I'd actually be able to tell you if it was from a bottle,
if I poured
from a fountain, if it was the Mexican Coke or bottled in Atlanta. Yes, I would.
No way.
I would.
No way.
Yeah.
No. All right. So that was you last week. So I went out and bought this damn Coca-Cola from Mexico.
Yummy.
I bought a Sam's Cola.
Okay. And
then just a regular old-fashioned Coca-Cola that's in a can.
Okay.
I'm going to put in one of these Dixie cups. You're not going to know which one it is. You got to take this test.
Okay.
If you don't get this right, what are the consequences?
Well, number one, I can't do this.
Why?
Because my trainer says I'm not allowed to have soda.
Screw your trainer today. Your trainer's not here.
You're literally here. You're my trainer.
No, we're not. Screw that. Screw that.
I would love to do this and show you how it's done.
You're doing the stupid challenge.
Okay, should I turn around for this?
Yes.
All right, I'm turning around. I feel like we should bird box this, but I don't trust you to blindfold me.
No, we're not gonna blindfold you.
Watch it, Rice.
I opened up the bottle. Okay. I'm gonna open up the cans. Hold up. Let me move this around.
And now you got this all set so that you know definitely what's in
Yeah, I got it numbered.
because
So
that's my biggest problem. I
that'll
think you're
suck.
gonna mess this
No,
up.
I promise I won't cheat it. I promise I won't cheat it.
I don't.
All right. Hold up. I'll put this off to the side. What number is this one? See?
See, you're all right.
Hold up. No, I got this. I'm looking first. And I just can't put the cans next to it because then if the cans are freaking next to it, you'll see what it is.
You can be really shrewd and mix them all around.
Well, I am, but
That's okay. As long as you know.
all right. And all right, so I wrote my cheat sheet down.
Okay.
I'm gonna mix it up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you okay here?
Yeah, we're good.
You sure?
Yeah, we're good. All right.
So now, how you want to go about
You
doing
can go drink whatever freaking one you want. And either you could tell me right when you drink it, or you could tell me afterwards.
right when I drink it or afterwards?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta check my palate. Let me rinse my palate
Dude,
real
you're so
quick.
full of shit. You don't. They all taste the same. Oh yeah, if you want to hear that, you swallow.
Swallow.
So Myke is drinking the first cup, and he's trying to figure it out. Jesus Christ, you don't gotta drink the whole damn cup, man. Oh, so he's not gonna tell us what he thinks the first cup was.
I'm gonna go through.
Okay, so he's going through the second one now, and he's drinking that one. He's smelling it as if it has a different damn smell. It's not wine, you ass. It's Coke. He's smacking around, whatever. He's you're gonna spit it out on the dog on the floor, and now he's drinking out of the third cup, figuring out which one it is. And now he's drinking water as if that's gonna help.
I need to cleanse my palate
Yeah,
in
okay.
between.
Dude, you don't know.
I
Just
do know.
admit it. You don't know.
I do know.
You don't know shit. You're gonna
do.
guess. Swear, if you guess right, I'm gonna be pissed. You're
It's not gonna be a guess.
It's gonna be
I
a
know
huge
that.
guess.
Shh, do you mind?
Go ahead.
My taste buds need to
Well,
concentrate.
Jesus Christ, man! How long are you gonna have the people waiting?
It's a very. You wouldn't do this to a wine taster.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, you would. Just want to get the body.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay. You,
So
are
I'm
you
gonna
ready?
say.
All right.
Hang on.
All right. So he's back to the first cup.
Okay, this is definitely not Coke. So this is number one, and that's not Coke.
All right. You're right. That's a Sam's Cola.
What the? Yeah.
All right. That's a giveaway.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So
So
now I'm down to these two.
now you're down to those two,
Mm-hmm.
which are automatically they're both Coca-Cola.
Okay. And here's the thing about Coca-Cola. If it's bottled or canned in the U.S., then it contains high fructose corn syrup. If it's bottled in Mexico, they use sugar cane. That's the big difference between Mexican Coke and U.S. Coke.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jose is using sugar cane to put in your Coca-Cola.
100%. They actually Google it. They actually had a big uproar because the Mexico bottler was thinking of switching to high fructose, and so many people said no.
He's wiping his balls like, give this his pinchy weddle, and freaking throwing it into your drink. You're drinking the whole damn Coke, man.
Yeah,
I didn't even pour it that much.
Dude, I told you I didn't want to do this because
What are you having withdrawals now?
yeah.
You're like,
If this is the only
oh
chance,
my God, like, Coke,
believe me, there's nothing more pleasurable than having you watch me drink something that you strictly prohibit. It's like
not cocaine, damn it.
It's like
Let's go.
smoking in front of your parents or swearing in front of. It's like you told me to do this. I
kind of want to drink this stupid Mexican Coke.
Don't
That way
you?
you-
It's delicious.
See what the hell's the difference. Which I still think is the same. I have never tried it. Oh my gosh, dude. Are you...
You might get hard to concentrate right now.
Should have had like a Price is Right waiting song.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Number 2 is the Mexican Coke. or Spanish Coke. And number 3 is out of a can.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah! Are you shitting me?
You guessed
Are
it.
you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Nah, nah. What's in it for me? Yeah, undefeated Coca-Cola.
Coke. Hold on. It tastes the same, man.
No,
it tastes the same as a regular Coke.
No guessing, dude. How pissed are you right now? You seem a little...
Same, girls, same crap, man.
Dude, no. It's like I told you. I've had Coke since I think we talked about this last week. I think I was drinking out of a bottle when I was like 3 months old. And like, you know, I just know Coke. Like, I'm not going to question you on what penises taste like.
Back to this, really?
What?
That's what you went with this?
What would you say? What do you eat a lot of besides penis? What do you put in your mouth frequently besides penises? Like, I'm looking for a good comparison for you, something you would know.
You can just say rice and beans. I eat rice and beans a lot.
Do you eat rice and beans?
Yeah.
Can you tell the difference between like brands? Like if you pick up the wrong stuff?
No, not at all.
Really? Baby's mama today bought like really organic white bread. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And she gets healthy stuff. And I'm fine with that. But there's a line too. You know, this stuff, like the loaf of bread was so heavy. That's when I first realized it wasn't regular bread. Because I pulled, yeah, now I got, because haven't drank soda in a week. There we go. That was Kermit. But like, yeah, so she brings home this bread and we keep it in a bread box above the fridge. And I take it and like automatically, I'm like, this is a fucking brick of bread. It like weighed so much. And I guess it's like I get that you can get like the whole grain, but this stuff was like that artisan type crap. And it really, I pulled it out, I made toast out of it. And you shouldn't have toast that's chewy, you know, like I bit into this stuff and I was like, this is like gummy. I think it was just held together.
Gluten-free, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's some Indian family somewhere just takes the wheat
clay
and puts it into a pot and uses their saliva to hold it together and then bakes it in a clay oven and then cuts it up with like a fucking... it was horrible, dude. Like bread, I'm not a bread fucking snob. Like I just want be fucking Wonder Bread or even honey wheat. That's fine. Why
I'm with you on the bread thing.
Why do I have to have? Especially it was falling apart. It wasn't even holding my sandwich.
I'm with you on the bread thing.
Great. Now back to the Coke thing.
Well, I think you're just more happy that I brought you Coke that you can just drink. I'm not gonna drink that crap. You can finish that if you want.
Oh, you can have the you can have the Sam's Cola.
How does a Sam's Cola taste like?
Taste it. You can.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. That's bad.
Finally, I've converted one person.
Oh, man, it tastes like cardboard.
Yeah, Sam's Club Cola is when you, like, invite that one friend and, like, I'll pick up the Coke, and he shows up with bad stuff, and you're like, what'd we do to you, man?
Man, I'd rather just drink the Coca-Cola.
I'd rather eat the can than drink the Sam's Cola. Yeah.
Oh, the calories are higher than the Sam's one than the regular one.
What's the calories on a Sam's Cola?
160, and the other Coca-Cola is 140.
And what's the calories on this one? 150.
Because there's cocaine in it.
Yeah, because it's where's the sugar? Yeah, right here. Carbonated water, cane sugar. Whereas those are.
I went to.
Do you think Coke will listen to this and give me like a lifetime supply for being such a?
I mean, hell, I'll rock Coca-Cola too if they give me a. If they pay.
Send me at least a Coke shirt.
I would rock the hell out of Coca-Cola every day.
Yeah.
But all right, well, whatever. I guess my theory was wrong.
You thought I was bullshitting, huh?
I mean, I think you just got a lucky guess, but it's okay.
What do you mean I got lucky? I
right.
took my time. I did it right.
All right.
You know what actually tipped it off more so with the bottled Coke and the other Coke?
What?
Was the
cheated?
No, there was no cheating.
Oh.
Was the level of carbonation actually? Like I don't know why the can seemed more like it was a fizzier. Like the bottle, that's the thing with these bottles. You pop them open, and like I'll be sitting there at Gringo's drinking the bottle, and if I just take my time, it almost goes flat quicker, if that makes sense. Whereas the can stays carbonated longer.
That might
so
be
that was
that
was my deciding choice.
So
there.
you guessed.
No, I didn't guess.
So you just admitted that you guessed it.
No. What'd I say?
I don't know. I'll just give you a stare down.
I was going to
say
say.
if you lied.
No, I think I stated that I could tell the difference between the two based on taste. I believe carbonation is part of that, the flat or the crispiness of it.
Crispiness. Crispy D's.
You are the sorest loser I've ever met.
Not
I hope Cardi B does this challenge just so you're happy.
Well, then I'll believe what she says.
I know you will. Oh, man. We didn't talk about this a couple of weeks ago, but I took my kids to the Lake Eola Farmers Market.
Okay.
They had a face painter there. I was just thinking about awkward moments in my life. And we had just...
What'd you do now? Who do you fight at the farmer's market?
The boys love getting their faces painted.
You beat up the face painter for painting?
Not at all. Love face painters. Love
face.
Face painting is one of those things I always wanted to learn to do. Like I'm in awe when I see a good face painter somewhere. Like if you go Universal, they got the people out there doing the airbrushing. Or Mandy Eileen Schiff, good friend of the show, amazing body painter and face painter.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's ridiculous how good she is. But didn't she do a picture of a dog? No, we talked about that.
No, she did picture for Charlie.
Charlie.
And I was like, man, I want that done for my dog, of Kiba.
Kiba.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I want him done with Kiba and Royce.
Yeah. But she's a great artist.
Yeah, she's a kick-ass artist.
But so we were there, and the boys loved getting their face painted whenever we go to like a festival or a fair or park. And we had just seen Spider-Man, Into the Spideyverse?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, Aiden wanted to be Miles Morales Spider-Man, right?
Okay.
So we're waiting online. She's the only face painter there. It's a crowded day. And we go up, we sit down, and sure enough, Aiden sits down, and he's like, I want to be a Spider-Man, but, it's a newer character to this face paint. Like, I'm sure she's done a ton of Spider-Mans.
Oh, no.
So I pull up a picture of, like, Spider-Man. I'm like, but instead of the red mask, he wants that black. Instead of the black webs, he wants those silver, and then white around the eyes.
I already see where this is
going. With the red, the red lines around the eyes. And she's like, oh, okay, no problem. So basically, she just
went right into it.
She just went right into it with the full-on black face with the she did the big white circles around the eyes first, gosh. and people walking by, you could start going, everybody else again like princess or sharks or tigers, and here's my kid just white as the day is long and just full black face, but big white. He looked like those horrible. Like all those pictures from old theater
from like old Disney.
Yeah, yeah. He looked like
Did you take a picture?
I didn't take a picture at that stage of it because I was more like just trying to use my body to shield him from walking. But I was like, can you hurry up and get those webs on before this becomes a riot?
So your kid was like, I want to be Black Spider-Man,
basically, and
she was like, okay.
Yep.
And she starts off making him blackface.
Yep.
Was she a white painter?
Nope.
Black?
Yep.
Black lady?
Yep.
And she was like, whatever.
Yep.
Really?
It's kids don't know.
Kids don't know, but she knew.
But there were people, like, I wasn't the only one. There were people online that were kind of like, what's he going with up there?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
but you have a picture?
I think I got a picture of the finished.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, and then Ollie just wanted to be a pirate. So
he was safe.
Yeah.
Just give me a black eye and we call it a day.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I felt like I was about to get a black eye. Oh, man. So what you've been watching, I really want to see I'm not sure. I'm not a big R. Kelly. I'm not even interested in it, but so much hype is coming up about that documentary. Like,
is it on YouTube or you got to like have cable?
R. Kelly. I think it's on YouTube.
I'll look it up.
Check it out. But also, I guess Hulu and Netflix both this week launched documentaries about the Fyre Fest, which was this one
Sanchez
entrepreneur, and Ja Rule, I guess, was the big name. But because I brought it up to you before, and you were like, "Yeah, I don't remember." And then we started talking. I'm like 2 years ago in the Bahamas, they charged something like thousands of dollars, and you were supposed to get like this private little bungalow and like just all this personalized chef and really nice food dishes and everything else, and all these music concerts. And I think they had some of the Kardashians tweeting about it to get people, and it was sold out in like 2 hours or something like that.
So, well, first off, it was just a bunch of rich assholes that went.
Yeah.
So
you don't feel too bad.
I didn't feel bad one bit.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got served like bullshit grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah, they showed you the to-go container, the styrofoam to-go container, and it didn't even look like the bread was toasted. It looked like the shitty bread that baby's mama brought home with like slices of American cheese, not even like deli cheese. Like it looked like they had peeled maybe they didn't even pull the plastic off, and a bottle of water. And then it started raining, so all the mattresses, they still weren't set up.
Well, they were just in like shitty little tents.
It was basically like FEMA.
Yeah, and then Ja Rule never showed up.
Why would you?
It was just like I remember all that. People were making fun of it that were there, but they're all rich assholes. So I didn't care.
Yeah, and then the guy, I guess he was a young guy, like in his early 20s, who just happened to meet Ja Rule on a flight and come up with this whole idea while they were like passing through the Bahamas. Like, let's get this island and do a festival.
Yeah.
You know, and and then he was going into debt, so he just kept borrowing from people, telling them, no, it's great, everything, we're going to make a ton of money. So I guess he got hit with a ton of embezzlement charges and fraud and everything else. And
that's on Netflix.
Crazy.
It's a documentary.
Yeah.
Is this a one time or is it like a series?
No, I think it's just one shot.
All right, good.
I guess Netflix and Hulu are going back and forth. Like you know how sometimes movies come out and it's like, wait a minute, that's the same fucking movie. Like Ants and A Bug's Life came out around the same time.
Right.
I guess Hulu and Netflix are doing that with documentaries. They're both releasing documentaries about the same thing right around the same time.
Oh, different people, just saying crap?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we'll have to go. What other movies are like that? There was a whole list of them that came out. Like Paul Blart Mall Cop came out the same time that Observe and Report came out. I think one was with Seth Rogen someone was Kevin James.
Yep.
And then what was that? Like White House Down or whatever came out. Yeah. And then there was another one that was basically the same thing. White House taking over.
And there's tons of movies like that. But that's Hollywood though, man.
Yeah, but it's always weird when it ends up, right around the same time release, It almost feels like someone went somewhere, pitched a movie, and they're like, we're going to pass on that.
And then they go and do it.
And then they go and do something like that, So.
Yeah, there's a list of it. If you'd have told me, I would have pulled up a list. I don't have anything. Not prepared.
I didn't know you were too busy thinking you were going to skunk me on the Coca-Cola challenge.
I did, and I'm kind of disappointed in that.
Really?
Yep.
I thought you'd be happy for my success.
No, not at all.
That's the problem with friends, dude. They don't want to see you succeed.
I do want to. I do want to see you succeed, just not in drinking Coca-Cola.
I didn't want to drink it. I said no.
And I'm gonna drink this damn Coca-Cola.
It's almost a sin. Like for you guys watching it, this is a Mexican Coke. I can't leave. Like I know I shouldn't have this.
Man, I haven't had a Coke in a long time.
You should have stuck with the Mexican Coke. This is good. I'm just gonna. And you know what else that I was reading about this? Some people say the Mexican Coke is the best Coke out there. But then other people say it's actually the drinking from the glass bottle is what adds to the whole quote-unquote experience or flavor. Yeah, which I can get that. Like I
guess if you want to live like you're in a 90s commercial.
I do.
Go ahead, do it for the camera. Turn the bottle. Come on, advertise. You got your finger over the damn label. Come on.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to doing that.
There you go. Coca-Cola towards the camera. There you go. And take a sip. Oh, I can't wait for Sanchez to edit that. Oh, yes. Oh, the Photoshop that's going to come out of that. Oh, yes.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, remember that dick sucking thing you're talking about?
Yep.
All right, we'll see what happens now with the magic of Photoshop.
Oh, man. So, not to get away from things, but I think Orlando Comedy Scene kind of got a cool little shout out.
On Crashing
on HBO with Pete Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's actually some debate over whether it was a shout out or whether it was an insult. But I got to tell you, I saw it and I laughed. And I thought it was kind of cool.
I think it was a shout out.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. I think it was a shout out.
So let me set up the scene for you. Crashing is a great series on HBO. It stars Pete Holmes. It has a lot of other great comics doing the writing for it. I think it's produced by Judd Apatow. Very, very funny show. And it's about basically Pete Holmes. It's semi-autobiographical, I guess. It's about a comic starting out and moving up. And on this season, he basically ended last season with getting some college road work, Pete Holmes' character. And he meets a kid while he's on a college tour who's just starting out in comedy. Pete Holmes takes a liking to him and says he should come to New York and do some stages. You know, get out of Maryland where they're at and go to New York and try some stages. And the kid's like, I don't know. And Pete Holmes is like, well, why don't you go ahead and play the clip?
Go ahead and play the clip.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, yeah, I appreciate it.
Dude, what are you doing in Maryland?
Going to college.
Yeah,
Like,
you're 3 hours from the greatest comedy scene
in the world.
In the world.
Orlando, Florida.
no, man.
I think that was a shout out.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I think that was a good little.
So when I saw it, I laughed because, look, I'm very proud of the Orlando comedy scene. I really am, okay? I moved up from South Florida to be a part of this scene back in 2009. We do have a lot of great open mics, and we have produced some very successful comics. Just last week, coincidentally, Preacher Lawson, who came in 8th 2 seasons ago on America's Got Talent, he's actually on America's Got Talent Champions, right? And he was on that last week, right? Or was that the week before?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Also, 2 weeks ago, Sean Fairdy, who started out right here with us, originally from Ireland, so he probably knows all about injecting semen and shit.
that's why he has that pasty white skin.
But he started out down here with us and did great. Moved up to New York. Started getting some good following with the roast battles and stuff like that.
He became #1 roast comic in New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And, he got his shot on Jimmy Fallon, did a great job. So, and then even in a lesser sense, you know, you got JB Ball, who's touring the country right now. JB, Tampa comic, but I think he'll be the first one to say he got a lot of stage time in Orlando that helped him out.
Yep.
Was always a part of our scene, always considered one of ours. You know, there's so many, and just speaking Central Florida wise, there's so many great comics that come from around this area. Yeah, so when I heard that, I didn't take it as an insult. I took it as, look, as happy as I am with our scene, as happy as I am that gives so many comics time and we come up with these great rooms, there's no way we compete with New York. There's no way we compete with the number of rooms, the number of opportunities, you know, that you get from being in New York, you know. But what we've always told, even Preacher went out to LA earlier. He went out once and came right back, you know, and everybody felt like, maybe you hang out here for a couple of years. Why are you so worried about going out there? He went out there. He couldn't get stage time. He walked like 3 hours once to get to an open mic and then couldn't get up. You know, but then he came back here and he had the time. We got the open mics, and there's a couple of comics out in LA right now who Christoph Jean, Ray Ray's.
Yeah, they're there for vacation / hitting
trying to hit open mics. And if you look at it, Ray Ray's had posted something. He's like, when I get back to Orlando, I'm going to smack the shit out of the first person that complains about any of our open mics.
It's all potluck style.
Potluck style,
like
who you know,
comedians.
86 people waiting around to get 12 spots, maybe.
3 minutes.
Unless some comic with a decent name shows up and wants to do time that night.
Yeah, then you're bumped off.
It's like I tell everybody, you know, Jiggy, another great Orlando comic that's doing good things, got the gig opening up for the Impractical Jokers, and now he's doing his own shit. I think he's at the Boston Garden this weekend or something, or was at Boston Square last night. So, yeah, I mean, Orlando gives you plenty of opportunities to work on your material, get up every night, you know?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, that being said, there's no way we compete with New York as far as, you know, just being industry around you all the time. So, I felt like when Pete Holmes had said, you know, hey, you're 3 hours away from the, you know, greatest mecca of comedy in the world, and the guy kind of said, yeah, Orlando, Florida. It wasn't like, yeah, fuck the, or, you know, we produce. We do, you know. But I guess some comics on the Orlando scene, and here's
I didn't know if you're going to talk about it or not.
Yeah, no, I saw a couple of comics who, for lack of a better word, aren't really.
I wouldn't call them comedians, but okay.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like, they do comedy every blue moon. I don't know. Not even.
There's people getting
bad.
There's people getting offended by this in Orlando, that I'm like, well, number one, I don't really think you. Don't get me wrong.
You don't represent Orlando, number one. And
I don't want to. Yeah,
and great. Now we look like we can't take a joke, like you said earlier. Like great.
Yeah. Some comics have reached out or made statements.
Send that freaking email to Pete Holmes.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like great way to show that we have a great sense of humor by not taking a fucking joke. And I also kind of felt like it was one of the writers of the show is Michael Lawrence. I met Michael Lawrence when he was starring out in South Florida before he moved up to New York. And Michael Lawrence makes no bones. He does not like Florida. He hates the state of Florida, okay? But even knowing that, I didn't take that as Mike. I'm not even sure maybe he wrote it or had input on it or anything like that. But, you know, he's always been cool with all the comics and everything like that and supportive. So I just took it as a funny little.
Right.
We're not 3 hours from Maryland, number one.
Did the guy that wrote the email to Pete Holmes, did he post it? Like, did he do a screenshot? He did. We should all do a screenshot of him and then write Pete Holmes saying we don't vouch for this piece of shit. Like, this asshole doesn't speak for us. Like, just Oh, what a dick.
Take a joke.
What a douche.
Yeah.
I thought it was a shout out to Orlando. So
I think Hannibal Buress a couple of years ago had said something about Orlando comedy.
Did he?
Too. Yeah.
What did he say?
I forget. It was before the Bill Cosby thing.
Like
But,
bad or
yeah. Like took a shot at it, but I was kind of like, yeah, who cares?
who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Everybody shits on the city.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Obviously, that didn't incite enough stuff. They had to come up with that Bill Cosby shit.
Yeah, I know. He has started that, and then
Yeah, no, I'm very, very happy with our scene. I'm very happy with the opportunities it gives people. And if you're not getting stage time in Orlando, Florida,
that's your fault.
yeah,
I mean, hell, I think improv is the most generous when it comes to giving stage time to new comedians.
we're one of the few improvs right now. Our improv is still allowing off-night shows by locals. A lot of the other improvs and Funny Bones aren't doing like Tuesday or Wednesday shows or even Thursday. And part of the reason is Orlando, we actually have the talent to support it and put on a decent show with different comics, you know, all the time. So I don't know, man. I actually thought it was kind of cool. I was watching it. I liked the series. I saw that and the way they laughed it off. Even Pete Holmes wasn't just when the other dude goes, Jabuki, I think was the name of the comic. Jabuki goes, I know Orlando, Florida. Pete Holmes wasn't like, no, fuck Orlando.
Yeah,
what are you talking? It was more like, come on, man. No, New York.
New York. Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah.
F the guy that I wrote an email to him, douchebag. I want to say his name, but I'm not.
Yeah, I wish. But I guess that's. Who do you think represents there's so many different factions.
Who represents Orlando?
Yeah.
Like, we were going to represent Orlando?
Yeah.
I will say Ken.
Yep.
Ross Pageant because of the radio.
Sure.
I would say you and James Yon.
Thanks.
Mm.
And there's younger guys coming up that will.
Yeah, but like if I was to put if I was gonna put a showcase where it's like the best of the best.
Oh, yeah.
And like we're going head up competition level.
Yeah.
Those people. I think the wild card would be Jersey. The wild card would be Jersey. If not Jersey, it would be Ryan Holmes. That would be kind of the wild, just because of radio, because like their faces are out there so much.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't.
Who are your
Not just specifically Ryan, but I'm talking about like I don't factor in the fact
you
that
don't factor the radio.
No.
Okay.
No, because there's a different, like, I deal with radio people daily. I deal with DJs daily.
Okay.
And a lot of these DJs and on-air personalities get their jokes handed to them by wires and everything else. So I'm talking about who do you see out there, like, in the clubs? Who do you see
That's
doing
what I'm
the
saying.
shows?
These are
Who
people
do you see?
Oh, well, then that eliminates those people.
Not necessarily. Ross is always working. He has a... Ryan's still out there doing shows. You know?
Yeah, you, Ross, Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Because James Yon doesn't do open mics that much. He just does a lot of shows.
Yeah, well, that's a working comic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought you meant like just like in Orlando. I thought just Orlando base. That's it. Not touring though. I wasn't counting the touring and all that. Just someone you hear daily and weekly. So that's why I was counting the radio.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's
I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is there's a ton of people I feel represent. And it's not even, there's not a number on it. There's people
there's not a number.
There are people who've been their hands in the scene, you know. Kevin White's ran rooms, you've ran rooms, you know, anyone who contributes to the scene, I feel like that's a huge thing. But it almost feels like some of the people who are taking offense to it, I'm like, I I'm on the scene like all the time. I don't know who you are.
The people that are taking offense to it, they're not even on the scene. And the people that are taking offense to it, they're not even hosting. And they've been in it longer than us. Some of them have. I know one of them's been longer than me. And he's still not hosting the Improv. Still not hosting for Bonkers. Still not doing a good, clean 5-minute set. I'm not saying names, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You can't say you're a representative of Orlando if you're not working in Orlando.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
And don't get offended or defensive if you don't see the guys who do represent the scene getting offended or defensive.
Yeah.
You know?
So, whatever.
I kind of felt like it was like, hey, guys, look what's being said about us. And everybody's
He
like,
wanted people to rally with him.
yeah. And
we're all like,
and
we're
everybody's like, no, we're cool, man. It was kind of cool to get a shout out. Like even Ken Miller, he's like, well, Orlando scene is fire, you know?
Yeah. Well, we might be losing that title with that whole I-4 battle with Tampa because none of
is that set up right now?
I think it is.
Really? Who's on it?
I think it's like all like the open micers versus probably like Tampa's best at the moment.
I saw there's a comedy class competition from the SAC stand-up comedy class.
I saw that. What was that about?
And the Karma Balloon stand-up.
Oh, that's what's happening?
The improv. And
Interesting.
They actually have a date. And I think it's 3 comics from each class. And
I got to see that. I wouldn't mind going to see that.
Yeah. Funny thing is I filled in at both those classes.
You're a teacher at both of them?
Yeah, I've been a teacher at both of them. So, like, Ali Flores runs the stand-up comedy classes over at SAC. And Carvalone runs the classes over at the Orlando Improv. And if they're sick or on the road, they give me a call. They're like, hey, you want to come fill in? I'm like, it's good money.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, do you, like Steve Harvey doesn't believe if you're in a comedy class, you shouldn't be doing comedy. Do you believe that?
My personal take on this, and this is what I tell people when I go and cover the comedy classes. I'm like, no matter what you learn in here, the only way you're going to get better at this is to go out, hit the open mics, and get on stage as much as possible. It's the simplest,
that's the only way you're
most
gonna learn.
honest advice. That being said, I get why comedy classes have a bad, stigma to them amongst quote unquote real comics.
Right.
But you got to remember, a lot of these people had no idea how to get into stand-up comedy.
Right.
So
a lot of
they
them don't know how to talk to people either. They're horrible.
So they go to the Orlando Improv. They see a comedy show with someone they really enjoyed. And when they're leaving, they see a flyer that says, do you want to do this too? And they go, this is the way to take the first steps. And then it's billed as being taught by someone who has experience, doing what you want to do. Which I think it was, I forget who said it, maybe Rockefeller, who said, it's very simple. If you want to do something, find someone who's already doing it, do what they did. And that's how, you're a karate instructor, for crying out loud.
Oh yeah. All I do is copycat.
Yeah. So I get why people go there. And then some people don't want to get thrown into that they go to an open mic and it just, let's face it. If you're a new person at an open mic, you're usually treated like shit unless you have a decent host or something else. And it's got nothing to do with you as a person. It's usually as a host, you're already dealing with the bump list from last week. You're dealing with needy comics from this week. You're dealing with out-of-town comics. So when someone comes up to you and goes, hey, I was thinking of doing comedy, the first thing you go is, don't.
Yeah.
So they don't always get treated the best. They don't always get priority. They get bumped when there's a working comic coming through that needs to work out. So that's just how it goes. So when you take these classes, it's usually 12 to 15 people in a class. And you're getting private one-on-one, with someone who knows at least enough to tell you how to get your foot in the door doing comedy. And when I do the class, I don't teach people like, okay, here's what funny is. It's more about going over the basics of what you should be trying to work on and what you should be staying away from. And
all dick jokes. Just do dick jokes after dick jokes.
Talk about eating ass a lot.
Eating ass like jokes. That. And abortion jokes, people love it.
Yeah, but you do some writing exercises and stuff like that. And if it works for people, great. If not, but I will tell you that stand-up comedy is the one facet where if you take a class to try to get better, apparently you're a fucking asshole and an idiot. because it's not like you go in for surgery and you're like, so have you done these before? And the surgeon's like, well, look, they wanted me to go to medical school, but I just went and sat in at a bunch of other operations and fucking, I learned on the streets, like nothing else. I took those acting classes for a while, and even big name actors are always they're taking classes. They're always doing something, trying to better themselves or learn a different angle. Even if you take a class simply to learn, nah, that's not me. You know, you're always trying to better yourself, but with comedy, it's one of those things like you took a class. Yeah, you took a class, you ain't a comic.
Yeah. I took the class back in the day.
Did you?
I took 2 classes.
At the Improv?
Yep.
Was that back when Menke was running it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I do not like this. Then who told me to stay with it? Someone told me to stay with it. They're like, nah, man, just do open mics. You don't need to do this. I was like, oh, okay. And that's why then I did other bar and all that stuff.
Here's the thing. You can learn what you're going to learn in a comedy class and more if you go to open mics and you just fucking are cool with people. And sometimes that's going to be hard because sometimes people are going to treat you like shit because you're new. But you need to stick around, pay your dues.
Yeah, they treat you like black sheep.
And comics love to share. Like, how many times have we helped out new people or taken someone new on the road? And that's where you're going to get your first gigs. Yeah, but that's where you're going to get your first gigs. It's going to be someone who saw you at open mic going, hey, man, I got a show this weekend. Why don't you come out to a guest spot in front of a real audience or something like that? You know, I spent a lot of starting out in comedy sending VHS tapes or, you know, demos with headshots. VHS tapes. In a big yellow. So bookers, once you get in, you realize bookers could give a shit about those unsolicited, you know, here, take a look. They got stacks of that shit. It makes all the difference when someone like Pat Garrity or Ken Miller works a club and then the booker goes, hey, do you know anyone else I should get in here? And they're like, oh, yeah, you got to get this guy in here. So it's really about connections and relationships. So if taking that class is going to help you build connections, great. If you're not comfortable with going to an open mic and taking some shit until someone sees something worthwhile, a lot of people go out, do their first open mic and think they need to get their first paid gig right after that. You know? Oh, man.
Wait, when do you think I can start hosting or featuring?
I killed in there. Did you see? I brought you brought 50 of your friends.
You brought all your friends, and they're all cheering for you.
Which I tell people all the time, like, you know, you can get, I always put, when I do showcases, I always put brand new people on the show. Well, you putting him on, I'm funnier. Can you bring 50 people? Because that guy can. Yeah. There's no doubt you're funnier, but I've put funny people on the show in between the people that I know can also bring out people. Because when you got a brand new person, you put them up on stage at the Improv, if they've only been doing comedy for like a few months and maybe have 5 minutes that they can string together, they're going to bring out everybody from their office, all their family, because they're playing a room, you know? Meanwhile, there's nights that, like, I put Ken Miller on any showcase I do because he's funny as fuck, and that's for the audience. But there's no one coming out specifically to see Ken, you know, because they can go see him do an hour somewhere else. Or more importantly, he's local. People are like, oh, I see Ken all the time, you know? Yeah. So whenever you do a showcase, it's a good mix of, or at least when I do them, it's a good mix of people I know who can bring people, but also a good mix of people that the audience isn't going to feel like, shit, how many more of these do we have to sit through, you know? Yeah. So speaking of which, you on anything this week?
I am, which I've realized today. I am on Jake Rika's room Thursday night, Iron Cow.
Nice.
8:30.
Nice.
So I guess that's around Milk District.
I haven't been.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Got some other room he asked me to do. And I was like, oh.
I just found that out. He's running the Nook.
That might have been it.
Yeah. So he's running that now too.
Cool.
So he's running 2 rooms in the same area, I guess.
And then over at the Improv tomorrow night, we got Jeff Jones, right?
Samantha Ivy.
Samantha, who just did our
podcast. And
podcast and did
Ali
our jingle.
Flores.
Mm-hmm.
There's one more I'm missing.
Cool.
I don't know.
And then I think, is it this Thursday? Maybe is, what's her name?
What's her name?
Catherine Maloney.
From Tampa?
From Tampa?
Yeah. That's Thursday?
Is that this Thursday?
I don't know. I know Wednesdays. I know Sunday's Genesis.
Sunday's Genesis, and then who did we say was
Eddie Griffin for
Eddie
the weekend,
Griffin
for
this
Friday,
weekend.
Saturday.
That'll be cool.
You have a lot of cursing.
Yep. Have you seen him perform before?
Eddie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you opened for him?
No, but man, he used the N-word so much that I'm just like, I feel like I shouldn't be here. Like even like I think Ken was at the show with me. He was like, man, he buries me in N-words.
And
Like,
that says a lot.
dude, he uses the N-word so much.
I might want to check him out. I'm in town this weekend, so
It's interesting.
yeah.
But man, is he just nah. You're like, all right, check. But
Yeah, I've had time off lately. I didn't really schedule much because I've been doing that project or working on that stuff with James, and I was thinking that would have taken off by now. But like everything, it's just slow moving, which is fine. But also
because James is slow moving. Boom.
But also last week, man, I had to get I put in for the late night writers workshop with NBC again.
Nice.
Yeah, I did it a couple of years back and made in the top 6%. So basically, what it is you once a year they hold basically auditions, and they ask for writers.
We need people that don't value their life enough.
It's actually designed for more diversity in the writing staff. So they're looking for people of different ethnic backgrounds and largely females. But that doesn't stop me from putting in every year, because there's actually a video where they're like, the writer's room is largely dominated by middle-aged white men. I'm like, okay, well, how do I talk to those guys? But I put in every year because, they've given me hope by writing back and being like, hey, you made our top 6%. We're going to do an interview and blah, blah, blah. And I really do want to end up with a writing job eventually. I would love to write for late night. So what they have you do is they have you send in a writer's packet. And it's 2 pages of monologue jokes, like the jokes you would see Fallon or Conan do up front. Topical stuff, political stuff, just quick one-liner stuff. 2 pages of desk bits, kind of like Jimmy Fallon's thank you notes. Like, so you write that out. And 2 SNL length sketches.
Oh, okay.
So you put that all together, you send it in, then they have people from the show read it over, and they get in touch if they want to invite you up to basically do an internship for the week at 30 Rock. So basically you go up where they film SNL and Fallon and all that, and you meet other writers and you work on your packet. And the whole goal that week is to build your packet up to something that you can shop around and try to get a writer's position. And starting writer's salary for like low level, just one of the writers on a 30-person writers talk show, $4,000 a week.
Damn.
So-
You have to move though?
I would.
I'm gonna say you have to leave Orlando.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You ready to do that? Just like screw it and pack the kids up and go?
All that except packing the kids up.
Oh, so you'll
I know how to send a check.
yeah. Oh, I can't wait to cross this road.
Nah, man. It's so far from that, though. It's so far from that.
What's up
But-
with AGT then?
AGT, haven't heard back. Supposed to hear by the end of the month.
Oh,
if
it's the end of the
anything
month?
Yeah.
Okay.
But also AGT had put out a post. One of the producers had put out a post I guess last week, that they're still looking for stand-ups for AGT. Even after they did all these auditions, they're still looking for stand-ups. And the criteria they're looking for is jokes that
second.
are 15 to 20 seconds.
Did you apply?
What do you mean?
Did you apply to that email that she sent out?
No, I did my audition and I made
okay.
the second.
No,
round.
but I'm saying, did you also do that?
No, I didn't, because I was like,
What for?
yeah,
You already did it. You were there face to face.
yeah.
You got to the second round.
And then even, you gotta admit, like, I get what they're looking for, okay? I get what AGT is looking for. They want someone who's going to go up there and read off Twitter jokes like bam, 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 but that's not how I write. That's not what I do.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? So we watched Preacher on this championship thing,
Yeah.
and he did, he did like 2-3 minutes? And
yeah, it felt short, but it was at least 3 minutes.
yeah, and he probably had, if you break it down, he probably had like
2 jokes.
two or 3 jokes.
Yeah.
Right? But then we saw Tom Cotter tonight. You had me watch that clip. Tom Cotter, just a few years ago, was like the highest booked or the most booked college comedian. He's very one-liney. He's exactly everything this latest email from the AGT producers was looking for. And what did Simon Cowell say?
He buzzed him, number one.
He buzzed him.
Threw his timing way off.
But the guy was doing jokes per minute. And then what did Simon Cowell say? He's like, as far as other competitors in this competition, such as Preacher Lawson,
Boom.
I feel like he basically called this guy generic and a hack.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to put on the, hey, we want you to come out and just do bam, 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 bam Twitter jokes compared to Preacher who went out and did two stories.
Yeah, he did two. He had jokes within the stories, but yeah.
Right, which is great, but I don't think he had the setup punch. That's
no, it was nothing like where it's like different scenario. Like Tom was doing like joke.
Yeah.
Different joke.
It was a joke machine.
Different, yeah, just
and that's his
machine.
style. That's always been Tom Connor's. It's laugh per minute. So it's like you're saying one thing, but then you're seeing the success of people who aren't doing that. And my thing with comedy has always been like, I don't feel like you need to be that. I don't feel like you need to be that. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the Stephen Wright or Mitch Hedberg type of setup punch. That's just not my... I enjoy watching them, but I mean, even Stephen Wright, if he puts out a special after like 25 minutes, I'm a little bit like, and then I'll go do something else and then come back and watch the rest of it. I don't get emotionally involved or connected because he's not bringing me along. Like, I'll watch a Bill Burr special and it'll be over. I'm like, come on, man, it's been like 15 minutes, really? Yeah. Because he brings you in and you know who he is, you know? It's just a different styles of comedy.
Did you watch Sebastian's stand-up?
I tried.
I liked it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
I did. I'm shocked you didn't like that.
I will tell you that guy. Well, I've seen him over the years.
Okay.
You know, I will tell you, kudos to him because he's one of those people. I think he made the top 15 earners this year.
Okay.
And he was in the top list of earning comics, and he's one of those guys that's kind of under the radar. Like, he's not a household name, but he's selling out theaters and a lot of act outs with that guy.
That's what I'm saying. His show was like just very animated.
Yeah. It's almost, you know, it's almost like some of his jokes, if you were just listening to the audio of it and not watching his special, it would be a lot of, and then there's this guy at the gym. You know this guy. And everybody laughs. And he's like, but then there's this other guy. And he's like, all like this. And
isn't that comedy? A part of it has to be showmanship.
Oh, I'm guaranteed. But if you're a blind guy watching that show, you're looking over going, what's he doing? What's he talking about? What's he doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's why I always say Eric Myers is great. Because Eric does great body language, great act out, has an amazing voice that keeps you interested. But his jokes alone, his writing is so smart and so funny. I'll tell someone an Eric Myers joke and they'll start laughing. I'm like, no, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but you need to go see Eric do it. Right. Oh, but you already told me the joke. I'm like, nah.
It's not the same.
It's 100 times better when you see him put it all together. So, I mean, but you got guys like that all around who always... You got those guys that are just physical and high energy, and you're like, they don't really have any substance. Then you got those substance guys that don't have any energy, and I can enjoy them both, you know?
Yeah.
But when you get that guy that can put that all together,
like I like Roy Woods. Roy Woods?
Roy Woods,
yeah. Okay.
He was
Almost
up there
like
with
Roy
college
Jones.
comedians. He's with Summit Comedy, or at least he was with Summit Comedy. He was doing the college thing. He was the most requested college comedian for quite a few years. Then he got a spot on The Daily Show,
He's
I
on
think.
with Trevor Noah.
Yep, and now he's, even before Trevor, he was on The Daily Show. And then I think they gave him his own show or something like that.
He does, he took over, I think Allie was doing it, but it was, it's about the stories that...
This is not happening?
Yeah, this is not happening.
Which our good friend Tom Rhodes has been on.
Yeah.
And I believe, I think Brad Williams also does.
Brad did it. A lot of comedians are doing
Dan
it.
Cummins, I think, was on there, maybe, if I'm not wrong. All nice guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, dude, I got like nothing coming up this week. I'm probably going to go. What I've really been doing is I hit Sluice last Saturday. I'm really working on getting a tight 5. I've never done this. I'm just getting a solid TV ready tight 5 together. I've spent so many years just going 45 minutes an hour working on my headliner stuff. And I've never been a competition or a festival guy. Like, I've done the Laugh Your Asheville Off Comedy Festival in Asheville, which was great. I've done the World Series of Comedy a couple of times. I did the Boston Comedy Fest. You know, I've done the Florida's Funniest and all that stuff. But I've never really enjoyed competitions or festivals because I'm just one of those like, hey, comedy's subjective, blah, blah, blah. But more so, I've always been a storytelling guy. So when they say, hey, you got 5 minutes, I'm like, well, that's...
Are you submitting to festivals?
I'm starting.
Let me know which ones you could do.
Yeah.
I'll submit.
I'll let you know which ones I get rejected for.
Hey, but
Yeah.
what's the chances if we both get accepted? We'll go.
Yeah.
I've been submitting, but I only
you?
submitted to 2.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I haven't had a.
I got rejected.
I haven't had anything I've been wanting to submit, like an updated video or anything. And like I said, that's why I've been working on shorter stuff. And AGT really opened my eyes because I wasn't going to do it because they're like, oh, it's a 90-second audition. And I'm like, but I talked to Preacher and, he kind of gave me some advice on it. And I'm like, dude, is it more important to be, funny or laughs permit? I guess that comes off weird. But should I go out there with 90 seconds and just do one of my jokes that takes like 90 seconds? Or should I be more concerned with getting bam, bam, bam? He's like, definitely bam, bam, bam. So that really made me sit down and rewrite some of my stuff. So now I'm on this whole kick of like, how much material can I get in this time frame? Which is huge for me because like 90 seconds is usually like, hey, that's the average setup and sell. And now I'm actually focused on getting shorter and shorter without it becoming so...
Right.
Twittery, I guess that's the word I keep I keep using that, like 140 characters. So get your joke in.
You're twatting.
Yeah. You're still pissed off about the Coke challenge.
No, I'm not pissed off at all.
I can tell.
No. What the hell?
Yeah.
You threw that curveball. Now you reminded me. That was totally cool. I didn't even think about it until you reminded me now.
Yeah.
This podcast has been sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Do you know they're coming out with the cannabis-infused Coke?
Shut up.
It's true. It's true. They're coming out with the cannabis-infused Coke, and it's like brings the whole new meaning to have a Coke and a smile.
Are you shitting me?
No, Google it.
I kind of want that Coke.
That should be the name of this show. Fuck Obligatory Podcast. It should be Google it. Because number one, we come up with shit all the time that you can't believe, and number two, as it says in our intro song, we don't always get these facts correct.
No, and we didn't want to do this, but we have to.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this wraps up episode 49.
Yeah, do we have to hit the gym now and fucking?
Yeah, we do.
I've been doing good with the gym, by the way.
I know you have.
So I've been
following the red. Well, we fucking up with this. I mean, we're doing a good job drinking Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Hey. All right, well, this is episode 49. Thanks for listening. As always, every Thursday, you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, all the social media stuff. And follow us on Instagram. And till then, Mike, anything you got to say?
Let's see.
That sounds good.
Good to go.
All right, guys. Well,
All
thanks a lot. And again, thank you, Samantha Ivy, for the kick-ass intro song.
Woo, woo.
And see you next week. Adios.